The 2028 Democratic primary isn't just a race for a nomination. It's a turning point. A pivotal moment where two visions of one of America's largest political parties will collide. For years now, the Democrats have been torn between its moderate institutional roots and its growing progressive base. That tension has simmered for a little bit over a decade now. But with no clear leader to take the mantle in 2028, that divide is going to be front and center. This is a moment that demands clarity, not from pundits, but from citizens who care about the direction of our country. People who believe we can do more than just survive election cycles. People who want a government that works for working people, and that includes me. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just an independent voice who cares where one of the large political parties in our country is going to be heading. I'm not here to campaign for a side. I'm just here to ask, what are the Democrats going to do? The divide between progressives and moderates in the Democratic Party isn't new. It's been around for decades, but it intensified during the Obama years. Barack Obama ran as a change candidate, someone who was supposed to appeal to all sides of the base. But Democrats view him more like he governed as a cautious centrist. His administration passed historic legislation like the Affordable Care Act, but left many progressives disillusioned, especially after the Wall Street bailouts and drone strikes abroad. This frustration led the groundwork to something bigger. In 2011, the Occupy Wall Street movement emerged, framing the conversation around economic inequality, something that would shape the Democrats' view on economics for decades to come. The grassroots movement helped push economic inequality into the Democratic mainstream view. Then came the 2016 primary, and Bernie Sanders, an independent senator from Vermont, known for his progressive views, threw his hat into the ring. He challenged the establishment favorite, Hillary Clinton. It wasn't just a fight between two candidates. It was a clash of ideologies. Sanders called for Medicare for all.
Yes, we can guarantee health care to all people in a much more cost-effective way.
Well,
Tuition-free college.
We should have free tuition at public colleges and universities. That should be a right of all Americans.
While Clinton offered a way back to the Bill administration and the Obama administration, really relying on her own personal experience. And when the DNC was accused of favoring Clinton, that was a min that really the party hasn't even made yet, even 9 years later. By 2018, the progressive wave arrived. AOC unsat a senior Democrat congressperson in New York, and the Squad formed. Activists launched movements on climate, criminal justice, and economic reform. Meanwhile, Democrats crushed nationwide and really tampered down the final 2 years of the Trump presidency because of how dominantly they won the House. Then came 2020. Bernie Sanders threw his hat into the ring and once again was surging with the progressive movement and was really starting to reshape the Democratic Party. But once again, the DNC and the Democratic establishment couldn't stand for this. So what they did was they had pretty much every other moderate drop out the race.
I am making the difficult decision to suspend my campaign for the presidency.
I am ending my campaign and endorsing Joe Biden for president.
And support Joe.
Minnesota!
That moment, more than anything else, showed how willing the Democrats were to take away from their progressive roots and to stay moderate. Electing Biden wasn't a resolution to the ideological split. It was really just a truce, a temporary agreement to unify against current President Donald Trump. Biden's presidency gave something to both sides, student debt relief and climate funding for progressives, while also focusing on infrastructure for moderates. But it really didn't solve the philosophical conflict between moderates and progressives. Instead, it really just prolonged it. The idea was that Biden was going to be a bridge from the old guard to the new wave of Democrats. But now, in 2025 and looking at election 2028, that bridge is gone. Biden's utter collapse on a national stage.
We finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
It really made Democrats wonder, where are we headed? And without a figure to really unite the Democratic Party and show it where to go, the party's lost. And it's being asked to answer a really uncomfortable question. Who are we? Moderates within the Democratic Party believe in big coalitions. They focus on winning elections, winning swing states, and appealing to independents. Anything to not let the Republicans get in office. Their approach is to stay in the system, not change it or overthrow it like progressives. They see electability as the top priority. Their strategy is mostly rooted in we're just going to try to hold on to the power as long as possible because we know what we're doing, but we're not really even going to do anything to change this on a mass scale. Their strategy is rooted in the best way to protect rights is to have them the ones being in office. While progressives, on the other hand, argue that the system is inefficient and pretty much should be done away with. That climate change, wealth inequality, and racial inequality need to be these large, sweeping reforms set across the country. And that winning isn't enough if it's not completely appealing to their values. They believe the party needs to stand for something more than just beating Republicans. And they believe that clear, unapologetic messaging is the way to win over younger voters. The fight between these two factions is more than just policies. It's about strategy. It's about tone. It's about who's the Democratic Party trying to reach. If Democrats can't resolve this issue going into 2028, they risk another fractured campaign. Progressives may splinter, moderates may underwhelm, turnout could drop for them again. The party could continue to lose the enthusiasm of younger voters and Gen Z and millennials. We've seen this before. In 2016, the progressives decided to either stay home or vote third party. There was really no unity under Clinton. But in 2020, it was different. It's not like they really liked Biden. They just needed to make sure the threat of Trump was out of there. So really the duct tape solution that was Biden, I don't see happening because Trump won't be running again in 28. At least, I don't know. So now the Democrats is really stuck at a crossroads between its moderate and progressive base. And I don't really know if there's a correct choice or a correct path to go down. Obviously, you'd be looking for that unifier, like an Obama-like figure. But right now, if you're looking at the Democratic bench, I don't really see one. This is going to be a hard-fought primary that it's going to be tough to see where they go. Do they go towards the progressive, younger route? I mean, obviously, Bernie's going to be like 86 on election night 28, so there's no way he can be your guy. But also, do you want to go back down the Kamala or even try a Newsom? It's an interesting decision, and I think the Democrats can still win in 28. It's just because Trump is throwing a complete wrench at any sense of the Republicans being able to continue to dominate going forward. Yes, he is doing what he said, but he's going a little bit overblown on immigration. His approval rating continues to drop, so it's going to be harder for him and the Republicans to really bridge over to a J.D. Vance presidency, even though that's probably the most likely situation of this moment. The danger isn't just losing this election, it's losing elections to come. Right now is the best opportunity to figure out what the party stands for if Democrats want to build a lasting coalition and not just win elections, but ideologically change the party for the future. They have to stop avoiding the hard questions and they have to figure out what, as a group, they're fighting for. And that's what makes this 2028 primary for the Democrats so interesting. Where are the voters going to go? I mean, where are the Democrats heading? Because they don't have that same progressive guy like Bernie was, who was actually able to invigorate the base on somewhat of a level. I mean, he was able to get 30% in the primaries and he was leading, but they're not going to have that in 28. I don't see AOC repeating the kind of same vision that Bernie had. But it's really down to Democrat voters on where they're headed. Do they take a leap forward or do they stay cautious and just make sure that a Vance presidency won't happen? Do they build bridges or do they pick a side to the progressives and double down? The duct tape is off. A candidate like Biden probably isn't going to come and bridge the Democrats. The pressure is building and the battle for the Democrats' soul is coming. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be doing the same thing with Republicans. And then I'm going to start making a little bit other types of content, not just political. I do enjoy making political content. But yeah, just going to try some more stuff out. So yeah, so next month I'll be coming out with my Republican video. So like, follow, subscribe, do that.